Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about all the fragrances that I wore for the week. Picked some kind of cool combos. Can't wait to share. But before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird and Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community. And let's get into this. So it was extremely cold this week, like really cold. So I wanted to wear fragrances that were quite cozy, warm, whatever. So the first one that I wore was Bon Number 9 New York Nights. This fragrance is one that you can wear all year round. So I've said that before. I tend to pick it up in spring and summer because it just gives, like, I started wearing it in spring and summer. So that's what I associate with it. This one's a weird one because it has a cozy, yummy, delicious vibe, but it doesn't feel overly warm. So there's a coolness to this fragrance that I don't quite understand. So it's a very interesting fragrance. What I get from it, I've said this a bunch of times, is basically like a banana nut bread. So that's basically what I get from this fragrance. Someone in the comments recently said it smelled like Banana Fosters to her, which makes sense. There's a little bit of a boozy feel to it. It's so bizarre because the notes do not represent what's in here at all. That said, there is coffee and caramel in here. I get banana. So in any case, it smells delectable, and I just got glorious whiffs of this delicious fragrance all day and was so happy. I don't know how much this projects, but it is a decent scent bubble because I kept on smelling myself and was in love with myself, like in love with myself. So love this fragrance. Such a great, great composition. So I tried a layering combination that was kind of interesting. I started with Tom Ford's Noir Parfum. Now this is a very like deep, dark, sexy, opulent fragrance. Like it's really quite sexy, quite bougie. Smells like a night out. There's a richness to this. It's got kulfi in it, which is apparently a Middle Eastern dessert. What I get is kind of like a slightly spicy cheesecake kind of smell. Very sexy though, like sexy, slightly boozy. It's just gorgeous. Now it's really hard to get this anymore, but if you have it, I paired it with La Nuit Trésor. So this one smells a lot more clear. This one smells a little bit somehow creamy. So the mixture kind of reminded me of a berry cheesecake, but a really opulent, rich, fancy cheesecake, like the kind of cheesecake a villain would eat, because this smells a little bit like naughty. I don't know what the deal was, but this was so amazing. I noticed both fragrances. This is a little more overpowering than this, but this added a richness to the La Nuit Trésor that was really quite amazing. So I loved this combo. It would be like you had some sort of spicy, decadent, sexy cheesecake, and then you drizzle this delicious kind of chocolatey strawberry compote all over it. Like seriously, a mouth-wateringly delectable combo. Loved it. Next one for the week was Empress by Soki London. I am just in love with this fragrance. So it's got such a mouth-watering strawberry note, and the strawberry isn't like a strawberries and cream. It's considered wild strawberry. So there's a little bit of greenness to this, but I feel like this smells more like a real strawberry than most synthetic strawberries that I smell. So love the strawberry. There's, I think, peony in this, if I'm not mistaken. There's toffee in here. I believe there's a bit of popcorn. There's patchouli. I don't get a whole lot of the popcorn, although some people really notice the popcorn note. I do get the strawberry and the patchouli and that bit of toffee with the floral. I love this fragrance. This is a super long lasting fragrance, like a good 7-8 hours. It projects amazingly. It's just an excellent, excellent fragrance. I love this one. She sells little samples of it. So it might be worth trying it because honestly, it's one of the best fruity fragrances for winter that I've come across. Like, I just so enjoy wearing this. And I love the fact that the patchouli just kind of amps it up and just makes it kind of like this in your face, bold, strawberry, spicy mix. It's just awesome. Love this one. Next fragrance that I wore was La Petite Robe Noire Intense. Now, some people were correcting me, as they should. The new one has a different name. So it's La Petite Robe Noire Le Parfum Intense. I think that they're very similar. Apparently they have different perfumers, but the notes are virtually the same, and I've smelt both of them side by side, and I don't notice the difference. So whether you go with the new one or this one, what you're getting is blueberry and cotton candy, and I just so enjoy this fragrance, especially when it's really cold outside. It's kind of a cooler type fragrance, but the blueberry and the cotton candy just projects so amazingly. So it's like you're enveloped in some sort of coat of blueberry cotton candy. Like, I just imagine a lady walking around with a huge kind of blueberry colored fur coat with kind of purple hair. Like, that's the vibe that I get when I smell this, which doesn't sound very awesome. But anyway, it's so fun, and it smells just so, it's just awesome. It's just a happy, awesome fragrance that I love wearing when it's really cold. So love this one. And if you have Blueberry Pancakes by Bath & Body Works, pairing the two is just stellar as far as like a delicious kind of cakey blueberry muffin smell. It's just amazing. I decided to give my Eternal Oud, which is still in the box, another go, and I still don't like it. I just don't get it, because this was one of the ones where I'm like, oh, I love it so much. Hesse has it, Val has it. I smelled it with Val, tried it on my skin, tried it on at Hesse's, and somehow I'm just not loving it. So I think this one still needs to macerate longer. It's only been like 3 weeks or so. But this one, it smells very, very ambery, which is not a terrible thing, but I'm just not the hugest fan of amber. So I can see pairing this one. Like, I think that this one would be amazing with Lost Cherry by Tom Ford, or any sort of a cherry fragrance. This would go great. It goes great with Nabras. So if you mix those two together, it's amazing. But on its own, this just isn't doing it for me, at least not yet. We'll see what the future holds. The last one I want to share with you today is a mixture. So I have Botafumero by Carrousel Barcelona. Is very much an incense fragrance. There's lots of spices in here, so it feels really grounding and cozy. It feels insular somehow. Like, I feel like I'm somehow in like a cozy village somewhere in the north. Maybe Santa's village. I don't know. Christmas is over, but I'm still in a Christmassy mood. But there's like cardamom. Like, I think somehow of the North or Norse, a Nordic type feel where you've got cardamom and nutmeg and incense and sweetness like vanilla. I just think that this is a beautiful fragrance. This is quite complex in my opinion. Very sophisticated. This is quite an opulent smelling fragrance, but it's just really, really cozy. This one is perfectly unisex. So this one is great for girls or guys. It's just amazing. But I like pairing it right now with Jolly Gingerbread Village by Bath & Body Works, because I'm so addicted to gingerbread currently. This definitely has a real good ginger kick, but you definitely get a bit of cookie in there as well. So I really enjoy this. This definitely overpowers this, but this just adds a little bit more sweetness to it. So I really enjoy this combo. This one on its own, though, is very sophisticated and awesome. It's not too sweet, and I just love that cardamom. I don't even know if there's nutmeg in it, but that cardamom spicy feel, I think almost like a cardamom, like a chai. Yeah, yeah, a little bit like a chai. So it's got this cardamom feel with vanilla and dark kind of tea feel. Gorgeous fragrance. So I just looked it up. This one doesn't have cardamom at all. It has the nutmeg. But to me, nutmeg, well, cardamom smells different than nutmeg, but that spicy kind of feel, you get it in this along with some woodiness and some vanilla. I love this fragrance. And yeah, somehow it feels a little bit like a chai. It's quite complex in my opinion, but it's also understated and really elegant. Love this fragrance. So out of everything this week, honestly, this was my favorite combo. I just love it. Look at me looking all vampy today. Anyway, loved this combination. It smelled so decadent and delicious and amazing. Loved this a lot. So if you do have these two, you have to try it and tell me what you think. I just loved the two together. They're both amazing on their own. You know, there's some fragrances that kind of need to be layered with others, and then other fragrances that are stellar on their own. So when they're stellar on their own and you put them together, it becomes like a powerhouse of deliciousness. So love this. Eternal Oud, a bit of a disappointment. What about you? Did you have a disappointment this week? Did you have a major hit? Leave it in the comments. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week and we'll talk to you soon.